Okay, 4.6 medians of triangles, and today's objective is to be able to find the median and the centroid of a triangle. You guys already have that down. I'm going to go on to your definitions that you just wrote. So you have your vocab. Your first one is the median of a triangle. It's the segment. Let's try again. That is a segment from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. When we talk about midpoint, remember that separates it into two congruent parts. The centroid of a triangle is the point where all three medians intersect. So when you draw them from the vertex of each corner, or each vertex, it meets at that middle. That is the centroid. And then we have the intersection of medians of a triangle. The medians of a triangle intersect at a point that is 2/3 the distance from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay, so these pictures, I did not give you space to draw more than one of them, so I would just pick one. This just shows you that in a triangle, you have three of these. Your first median starts at the top, your second one's on the right, your third one's on the left. All three of these exist in a triangle. You only have to draw one. It shows the tick marks telling you that it splits it into congruent sides, and you see those on all of them. And we're going to skip this part here. You don't have to draw that. So just pick one, draw it, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so we draw our median from A, and it intersects the opposite side, and it separates into two congruent parts. So what is half of 26? What did you say? 13. So each of these sides have to be 13. Okay, after that, we're going to do the same thing on 2. It says we're drawing our median from A. So it starts at A, and then it bisects our opposite side. And then we split our opposite side, and we show it as two congruent parts. So what is half of 6? 3. So that means the top part has to be 3, and the bottom part has to be 3. And then the last one here, we have A. A bisects the opposite side. I'm going to show it with 3 congruent marks because we've used all the other ones so far. It splits 10 in half. When we split 10 in half, what do we get? 5. So each half of this now has 5. And then last but not least, we have A. We split the opposite side into two congruent parts. What do we get? 10. We can continue to use tick marks, but often we then switch to using like these, 2 tick marks that touch, to show congruence after we've used all the rest of them. So I'm just showing you guys different ways to show congruence. And we see that we split that 20 into 2 congruent parts. Okay, so the median and intersection, the intersection of medians of a triangle. So the medians of a triangle intersect at the centroid. So here, you see where all the medians hit. This point P is our centroid. The distance here is 2/3, and this would be 1/3. A lot of people don't like fractions, so we have like a shortcut. We see that the top part near the vertex is going to be 2x, and we see the part near the bottom or the flat side of a triangle is going to be x. You only have to draw it on one. I'm going to show it on all of them so you see it's true. Every one by the point is always going to be 2x. The side not by the point is just going to be x. Side by the point, 2x. Not by the point, x. So on this one, it shows you the work. The problem's already there. So we're going to go through and we're going to solve it using the non-fraction method. So you see that we know that the whole length of Kn is 18. So if you use the top part, it's 2x based on our formula. Our bottom part is just x. So the whole length of your centroid, or your median, your whole length of your median is going to be 3x. So what we do is we take 3x and we set it equal to the total length. What is our total length here? What's the total length? It's in the problem. It's going to be 18, right? So we see the whole length of Kn is 18. So we take Kn. We know it is 3x, which is going to be 18. We want to solve for x. I'm going to divide over by 3. X equals what? 6. So we know that Kp, we assigned a value of 2x. So we have 2 times x, and we know x is 6. So what's 2 times 6? 12. Yep. And then we have Pn. And we know that that has a value of x. What's our x value? 6. So the first part is if you are given the whole length of the median, you set it equal to 3x. You divide and you solve for x. You know the top part by the vertex is going to be 2x. You multiply it by 2. And the bottom part by the flat side of your triangle, the base, is going to be just x. Sadness. Okay, so we use the fact that we know that the whole length is 3x. We took the value that was given, we divided by 3, and then we substituted in the fact that we know that 2x times the value we got for x would give us 40 in the first one, 24 in the second one, and then the remaining part, the shorter part, would just be x, and that would be 20 in the first one and 12 in the second one. So walking through this one, we know that we have Km KM is 99. We know the top part would be 2x because it's by the vertex. The bottom part is x. So we know that 3x for KM equals 99. So how do we get x by itself? 99 divided by 3 is 33. Okay, so we know that KP is 2x. So we have 2 times 33. And then we have PM, which is x, which is 33. So what's 2 times 33? 66. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so on this first one, we have BD as going to be, or we want to find BD, and we're given BP, which is going to be 8. So looking at that median, we know that the top part is going to be 2x. We know the bottom part is x. We know the value of the 2x part. It's what's given. So BP equals 2x, which is what length? 8, right? It's given in the problem. So to solve for x, we divide by 2. X equals 4. Okay, so if we know that we have BP, which is going to be 8, if we're looking for PD, that's just x, so we know that's 4. And if we want to find BD, which is our whole goal, we know it's the whole length. What's the whole length in terms of x? You're close. So we have 2x and 1x. So it's just going to be our 3x. So we have 3x. So we have 3 times 4 is? So we know the whole length has to be 12. So if you add up your 8 plus 4, it will give you that 12. Our next one, we have EH that we're trying to find. We have the top part by the vertex is going to have 2x. Just like always, the bottom part by the base is going to be x. So we know that EP equals 2x, and we have the actual length of EP. What's our actual length of EP? 2. We divide over by 2. What's my x value? 1, yep. So we have PH. PH is just x. So what's my x value? 1. And then we have our last part, EH. And once again, what is our length of EH? It's going to be 3x. Yep, so it's just going to be 3. So 3 times 1, it's just going to be 3. So you use the fact of what you have. You set it equal to whichever part you know. If it's by the vertex, it's 2x. If it's by the base, so the side, it's just going to be x. And then we substitute in to find what we know. The whole length of your median is always going to be 3x. So once you find x, you can just substitute in. So our last one here, you see that you have your median, the top part up here by the vertex is going to be 2x. The bottom part is going to be x. We know that KP equals 2x, which is going to be 24. What is my x value going to have to be? 12. So that means that PM equals 12. Let me write that differently. Let's do PM equals x, which is 12. And then we want to find the whole length of KM. And we know that the whole median is going to be 2x plus x, which is 3x, which is 3 times 12, which is 36. Thank you, guys.